Boom! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again. Final prediction of UFC 313. Alex Pereira taking on Ankalaev. And then in the co-main event, Justin Gaethje taking on Rafael Fiziev. And then under that, we have Jalen Turner taking on Ignacio. So at the end of the day, I think I'm going to go with, I'm going to have to go with, boom! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again with another final prediction of UFC 313. Alex Pereira taking on Magomed Ankalaev. Okay, so guys, we're going to start with the Jalen Turner versus Ignacio. So Jalen Turner is looking to get back on track. He had an amazing last fight with Manny Moicano. I felt like he was really working him, and then he drops Manny Moicano. The ref does not call it, and then Manny Moicano ends up finishing Jalen Turner. I thought that was a huge opportunity for Jalen Turner to keep on climbing the ranks when he dropped Manny Moicano. But let's look at his opponent, Ignacio. Ignacio is coming off a 2-fight win streak with both back-to-back knockouts. And he also trains with the welterweight champion. You can never get his name, Bahamondes. So you know he's going to be well-rounded. He's going to be able to push the pace. And both these guys are very long-rangey strikers. Sometimes I think to myself, how the hell does Jalen Turner make 155 pounds? He makes it. He's never missed weight. So I'm super excited for this matchup. When it comes to the keys to victory for Jalen Turner, the biggest one for him is just don't turn your back when you end up dropping your opponent. I think that was the biggest thing we take away from the last fight when he fought Moicano. If he's able to go out there and drop Ignacio, he's got to be able to follow up and be able to put, the nail in the coffin. Okay, now let's look at Ignacio. Use what Belal Muhammad does to get himself to the championship, and that's just be well-rounded. Push the pace, get on your opponent, get on Jalen Turner. You know Jalen Turner, he might drop you, he might walk away. When he drops you, get knocked out, you're like, oh, I'm still here, motherfucker. And then you might be able to jump on his back. Who knows? But all in all, that's gonna be a great fight. And who do I have winning for this fight? It's very interesting. I'm gonna have to go with Ignacio. I think Ignacio coming off a 2-fight win streak, knocking out 2 opponents. I feel like Jalen Turner, he's kind of had some time off. I don't know where his head's at. So I think with this one, you can go either way. So I'm gonna go with Ignacio just because he's on a 2-fight win streak. And when you look at UFC 313, you got Alex Pereira taking on Magomed Ankalaev. And right now, boys, they just dropped the picks, and I'm liking them. All you gotta do is go to your app store, download PrizePicks. When you do that, make sure you use my promo code MIGHTY. Cool promotion going on right now. All you gotta do is play $5 in your picks, and no matter what happens in the fights, the NFL game when NFL gets back, or the NHL, or even basketball game, you're gonna win $50. All right, and here we go. Right off the rip, I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm liking, what I'm seeing. Okay, right now, remember, it's a 3-round fight with Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. They think Justin Gaethje is gonna land 84.5 significant strikes. I actually like less than that. That's a lot. That's a lot of strikes. And Justin Gaethje pretty much does a lot of work, and he typically knocks people out. When he fought Dustin Poirier, he ended up knocking out Dustin Poirier. Okay, and the cool thing about PrizePicks, it's not always about significant strikes. They even have fight time. This is a very interesting one. Rafael Fiziev going 13.5. The fight's gonna go longer or less than 13.5. Ooh, you know what? I like my chances at less than 13.5, just because something could potentially happen. Or you go with more, right? They both have chins. Or if you look at, what they got for the main event, Alex Pereira taking on Magomed Ankalaev. They think Ankalaev's gonna only land 45.5 significant strikes. That's a hard one because we don't know how it's gonna go. You can either go less or more, and they put it right in the middle. Make sure you guys lock in your picks at the right place, which is PrizePicks. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. Now, let us get back to the final predictions of UFC 313. Now, let us get to the co-main event. Now, this is a very interesting fight. The interesting thing is that Justin Gaethje was supposed to fight Dan Hooker, which is going to be a back and forth war because they both love this, stand and bang and throw a letter. Not that Rafael Fiziev doesn't like to do that. Those guys have fought before, previously in their career. And I felt like they both went away with a broken nose, right? Because I saw they posted an Instagram picture and they both had, cute little things on their nose trying to fix their nose job. So the first thing that I look at when you see an athlete step up to fight somebody on a short week notice when somebody else has had a full training camp is he's not going to have the same conditioning, but he will be fresher. What I mean by he'll be fresher is that he hasn't gone through an 8-week, 9-week camp getting beat up day in and out. And sometimes I feel an athlete is better off. Frank Mir said it best. I'd rather go in a fight a little bit in shape instead of way over in shape and burn out and don't want to be there. It's only a 3-round fight. So this could play a favor actually into Rafael Fiziev. And the reason why I say that is because when an athlete is training for a 5-round fight, you're designing your training around not being a sprint, right? Going from 5 to 3 is a huge difference. That extra 10 minutes is, that could dictate you winning the fight or you pushing the pace or breaking your opponent. But now that it's a 3-round fight, it kind of changes the dynamic. Rafael Fiziev is coming in fresher. Granted, he didn't do 8-9 week camp, but now that it's a short sprint, it might favor him a little bit. So it's very interesting dynamic going from a 5-round fight to a 3-round fight. And they have Rafael Fiziev being the favorite to win this fight, which is very interesting. I'm going to have to go back and do my homework and watch the very first fight, because when I remember the first fight, they're both going back and forth, and they gave the nod to Justin Gaethje. Now, here's the thing. Does Justin Gaethje go out there and do the same thing that he's done in all his fights? Use that beautiful jab that he has and throws the leg kicks. When he fought, Khabib Nurmagomedov, he was kicking that leg, and it was giving Khabib some troubles. If you go back to the beginning of Justin Gaethje's career, when he fought in World Series of Fighting, yes, I know, I outdated you guys. He was a world champion, and he would just destroy people with that jab and that leg kick. Now, Justin Gaethje tends to not go out there and wrestle and, jab, boom, double leg, pass guard, and look to submit. He tends to take the path of, striking, leg kick, and getting those exchanges. Even when he fought Max Holloway, he decided to stay on the feet and not try to take the fight to a different realm, even though Max Holloway's piecing him up. So it's almost kind of like that Sean Strickland bug, where if the fight's going a certain way, he won't detour off the path and do something different, right? So when we look at the keys of victory for both these gentlemen, when you look at Justin Gaethje, don't just stand and bang. Use mixed martial arts. It's the one sport you can take the game to a different element. And I'm sure you're able to get close enough to Rafael Fiziev and be able to maybe land a takedown, look to do some grappling. 2, go back to what got you to the dance, which was that jab and that leg kick. Use good head movement, don't stand there. And we know he's gonna do that. We know he's gonna pop that jab. You know he's gonna throw that leg kick. But I want to see him, be mindful of that. Pop, move. Okay, pop up 1, 2, leg kick, move out of the way. And then if that's not working for you, go back to key to victory number 1. Start using wrestling. Take the game somewhere else. Don't just stand there. 3, don't be gun shy. This isn't your first rodeo. You've been knocked out. You knocked out people. You've been hit hard. You're going to hit hard. Don't be gun shy. I know what it's like coming back from getting knocked to a fork out, and you just gotta, this is the sport you're in. You gotta bite down a mouthpiece and let it go. If you're worried about getting knocked out, then grapple. Okay, now let's look at the other gentleman, Rafael Fiziev. If he can always keep changing the puzzle of the game and not let Justin Gaethje get a beat on you, then I think, we can see Rafael have some good success. And that chin's been tested. He just got knocked the fuck out. Right? The reason why people get knocked out consistently over and over and over in their career is because the body, when people get knocked out, it is a mechanism that your brain uses to shut off the lights. Because typically when somebody's attacking you and you go limp, you get knocked the fuck out, the attacker basically leaves. The attacker doesn't still beat somebody up who's unconscious. So when Justin Gaethje gets hit hard, again, what is his body going to do? Is his body going to, like Mario Brothers when you jump on a skeleton in Bowser's castle, or is he going to be able to grit down? So the key to victory, another key to victory for Rafael is test that chin. Put yourself in that fire and see if you can test that chin. If you can do it, good job. So when we come to who do I have winning this fight, this was very hard because I feel like I want to go with Rafael Fiziev just because he's coming in fresher and he can test that chin of Justin Gaethje. And I don't know how his chin's going to react to getting hit hard again after what Max Holloway did to him. Or do we go with Justin Gaethje, where Justin Gaethje has the 8 weeks of training? He's been in the trenches. He's been able to okay, hey, we're gonna fight a tall, lanky guy, but it's switches something we find in the past. Okay, let's go back and watch a video of that fight between me and Rafael. So at the end of the day, I think I'm gonna go with fuck it. Let's go ahead and go with Justin Gaethje. He's been in the trenches longer. He was preparing for this fight. Rafael's taking his fight on short notice. My pick is going to be Justin Gaethje. And now, Bolton coming back. Alex Pereira taking on Magomed Ankalaev. Now, everybody says Magomed Ankalaev is the boogeyman of the division. I disagree. I think Alex Pereira is the boogeyman of the division because this is the athlete that comes to fight every single time. And this motherfucker is out here in Korea fighting people. He's out in Australia fighting people. There has never been a champion in mixed martial arts that's willing to spar anybody. When I was a champion, I wouldn't spar anybody. I wouldn't spar, my teammates and when I got paid. And you look, John Jones, you don't see John Jones travel the world going pop, 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 dropping people. Alex Pereira is doing that. And each time Alex Pereira is doing that, he's gaining experience points by fighting random people and getting their rhythm and their timing. And when you look at that, when you look at his pad work, when you look what he did with Khalil Roundtree, you look what he's able to do to Jamal Hill, and you see what he's able to do to Yuri Prohaska. He's able to make adjustments in the fight, which means this gentleman has a very high IQ. He's very intelligent. Now, when you look at Magomed Ankalaev, a lot of people say he's a boogeyman because he's from Dagestan and he has great wrestling. But the last couple of fights I've watched, I haven't seen any wrestling. He doesn't approach the fight like Islam Makhachev, where Islam will come out there, he'll measure the distance, throw the body kick, and then boom, he's going to initiate the grappling. So I think that's the interesting thing when you look at this fight is it's all going to be based on how Magomed Ankalaev approaches this fight. Because we know how Alex Pereira is going to approach the fight. He's going to approach the fight coming across the void, looking to start off with the leg kick to try to get some type of response from Magomed Ankalaev. Once he gets that response, Alex Pereira is going to download information and he's going to make adjustments and he's going to be looking to get to that flow state. Once he gets to that flow state, if you guys are wondering what the flow state is, go back and watch the Khalil Roundtree breakdown. He does a jab, slips, right hand, and once he lands that right hand, he's going to go to fucking town. Right? So let us get to the keys of victory because I go on all fucking day about this whole matchup. Keys of victory for Magomed Ankalaev. He has to address that leg kick. If he does not address that leg kick with either a check or a sachet or a takedown off that leg kick, he is going to be in deep trouble because each time you see Alex Pereira fight people, he addresses the leg kick. Even if Magomed goes to southpaw or orthodox, Alex Pereira is going to start on leg hook because he can do to both sides, and he's done it to both sides. Key to victory number 2, do not be scared to meet fire with fire. Meet him in the middle of the octagon and see what he can do. Typically, when Alex Pereira fights people, he typically leads the dance. Now, Khalil Roundtree did a good job of blitzing across the void, but Khalil Roundtree was just a little bit too short to get to him. Where Magomed Ankalaev does have the height, I feel like they're both evenly matched height-wise. So, don't be scared to fight fire for fire. And 3, push the wrestling, right? If you want to stand and bang with, a world champion in glory kickboxing, have fun at it. But I always feel when you push the wrestling and you take him out of his element, it's going to be an easier opportunity for you to win that fight. Now let us get to Potan. Keys to victory for him. 1, find your flow state, right? He always finds his flow state. Once he finds that flow state, it's pretty much a wrap. We know Alex Pereira is going to go out there, address that. He's going to throw that leg kick because he wants a response out of his opponents. He's going to sit there, have the hands open wide to invite the strikes so he can slip off and hit his right hand. Keys to victory number 2 is address the takedown. We know you're going to address the takedown. He's going to shoot, you're going to sprawl, and he's got to make sure he keeps his balance. Because if he does the old school wrestling sprawl where you just sprawl out like a blanket, Magomed is going to shoot in and turn the corner and get the takedown, right? And keys to victory number 3, frame. Make sure if you do get taken down, make sure you find your frames, you scoot away, you don't freak out, you don't turtle, you don't give your head an arm. You just got to make sure sometimes when I do these fucking final predictions, I don't know if I'm talking to the fucking athlete or if I'm talking to you guys, but Alex Pereira's got to make sure when he sprawls, he doesn't go like a blanket and he doesn't, make a mistake of turtling or give his head or his head and arm. So boys, when you look at who do we have winning in the main event, Alex Pereira or Magomed Ankalaev? Now, if Alex Pereira wasn't on a motherfucking tear, I would have gone with Magomed Ankalaev because I always feel like someone who's a grappler can always out wrestle the striker. But now, Alex Pereira, I'm a big fan. I think he's able to take the fight to anybody who he fights, and he's able to make adjustments. And for that, and his IQ, I'm going to go with Alex Pereira. Now, I've always said leading up to this fight, man, when Magomed Ankalaev fights him, even Islam says it, even all the Dagestan wrestlers say it, oh, he's easy, just take him down. I don't think it's that easy. I don't think Magomed's going to be able to dress the leg kick. I don't think Magomed Ankalaev is going to force the wrestling. And for that, we're going to have to go with Alex Pereira. So, boys, if you guys enjoyed this final predictions, please leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We're killing it right now and want you guys to be part of the team and the discussion. So, leave a comment down below what you guys think. Do you think I got it right? Do you think I got it wrong? You guys want to go with Magomed Ankalaev? Do you think he's going to be able to take out Potan, or do you think Justin Gaethje is going to be able to get back on track after that knockout loss from Max Holloway? You think Rafael Fiziev is going to be able to go out there and put him down to the ground? How do you think Jalen Turner is going to do against Ignacio? Boys, I can't wait the comments. And make sure you guys come back here Saturday night as we give you guys our UFC 313 live instant reaction. We will see you guys Saturday night after the fights. Oos.